Hi, welcome to Codego. In this episode of problem solving, we'll be solving a question called minimax sum. Okay, in this question, you are given an array of size 5. So, they have told us explicitly that this array will be of size 5 definitely. It will not have one more or one less integers in it. So, it is an integer array of size 5. So, you'll have to get the input first. And you're supposed to find the minimum and maximum sum possible with this array. So what do I mean by that? You have 5 elements, right? So you can leave one element out of this and you have to calculate the sum. Okay, so out of these 5 elements you are just going to add 4 numbers, and in that way you are supposed to find the maximum and minimum possible sum that this array can produce with leaving out one element. So that is the question that we are going to approach right now, and I'll tell you the logic first. So what you have to do is you'll have to like there are a couple of ways you can go about doing this question, but the easiest one is like it's just brute forcing or a naive approach. So you have to use a nested loop and iterate through this array. So the loop outside, it is going to calculate the number, or it is going to reference the number that we're going to ignore. So for example, if the outer loop has the value I equals 3, in that particular iteration you will add up all numbers except for the number at the ith index, that is the third index. So you'll add up every number other than the third number. Okay, I mean the number at the third index. So that is what we are going to do. So it's very simple, you just have to use a nested loop. I think it will be more clear when we try to code this. Okay, so now let me pull up the IDE and we'll try to code it. So first, as we know the size of the array is 5, you can just go ahead and right away declare an array of size 5 and you can get input. And they have specially mentioned that it is a long array and not an integer array. So for it to be able to store things, it has to be in long format. So what I mean by that is the number is going to be pretty huge and you cannot store it in an integer. So the data type that I'm going to use is long and array of size 5. So I've declared an array of size 5 of long data type. Okay, fine. Now what we have to do is we have to get the input first, right? So I'm just going to use a for loop to get the input. I equal to 5, I less than 5. Sorry, I equals 0, I less than 5, I plus plus. And I'm just going to use cin to get input. Array of 5. So what is this error? Sorry, I haven't completed the IO stream. Okay, fine. So I have just got the input for the array. Now what we have to do is we have to iterate through this array using that nested loop and calculate the sum. Okay, so for that I'm just going to create a nested loop. The outer one is going to be using I and the inner one is going to be using j. For int j equals 0, j less than 5, j plus plus. Okay, now inside this you are just going to calculate the sum of the array or sum of the numbers that are present in the array, leaving out the ith index. Okay, so for that I'm just going to check a condition. If I equals j, if it in fact is I equals j, you are just going to continue. So what it means is the I loop is going to be used to skip an element in the array. Okay, so since we have 5 elements and we are going to skip one element for every sum that we are going to calculate, we are using a loop for it. Okay, the I loop is just to keep track of the number or the element that we are going to skip. So if I equals j, we'll just skip it. If not, we'll add it to the sum, and the sum I'm just going to initialize it here as 0. This also should be in long, right? Because the array is in long, so the sum variable should also be in long. And here we are going to add array of I to sum. Okay, I mean array of j to sum, not array of I, array of j to sum. Array of I, we are just going to skip array of I. Okay, that is why we are checking the condition if I equals j, and if it is, we are going to skip I. And after this loop you would have found the sum of the numbers except I. Okay, so now we have to check if this is the maximum or the minimum sum possible, right? So for that we'll first need to have a couple of variables outside this storing the max and minimum sum. Okay, actually okay, there is something called infinity because infinity, okay, but this particular ID is not recognizing it, but it's fine. So what is that is, you can use int minimum or int maximum, but that is only usable only when you have an integer. This is long, right? So you'll have to have a pretty big number, so I'm just going to give it as infinity. In this ID it is not defined, but when you go to HackerRank it will be completely fine. Okay, so min sum is equal to negative infinity. So I'm just going to multiply infinity by -1. Infinity. Okay. So now after calculating the sum for every iteration or leaving out every number, now we have to update the max sum and minimum sum so to check if the current sum is greater than the existing one. Okay. So I mean I just did give it in opposite manner, right? So this should be -1 into infinity and this should be infinity. Yeah, okay. So the maximum sum is defaultly initialized to negative infinity. So any sum that you're going to calculate with this array should definitely be greater than that, and that is how we are going to update this using the max sum equals maximum of either the already existing value or the current sum that you have calculated. So either of this should be updated to the max sum. And similarly for the min sum, it is going to be min of min sum comma sum. So either the sum that you have calculated right now should be minimum than the existing minimum, or you are just having the already existing minimum in the min sum value, and this will definitely be updated at least once, because the default values are -infinity and infinity, and the sum that we are going to get from adding up these array will definitely either be greater than negative infinity or be lesser than positive infinity. So it will be definitely updated, and that is that. Now at the end of the nested loop, you can just go ahead and print the minimum sum followed by space followed by the maximum sum, and that should be it. Now let me just copy it and run it in HackerRank. Run code. So the error seems to be because we are using IOStream and this doesn't support it. You can use bit/stdc++, and that will support most things that you will need. Infinity is there, but it is in all caps. Okay, so that was the problem, and yeah. So let me just run it again. The sample test cases has been passed. When I try submitting it, all test cases are passed. So that is it. So I hope you understood this. So we are just getting an array, and the array will definitely be of size 5. You are going to add up all the numbers except for one number. That can be any number. The number you are leaving out can be any number. In all those possible combinations, you have to find the sum that is maximum and the sum that is minimum, and just you have to print it. So the solution that you have implemented just now is a naive implementation or a brute force implementation. So it doesn't care about the efficiency of the program. You can do it in a more efficient manner if you use sorting. So when you get the array of size 5, you can just go ahead and sort it right away and leave out the first number. Okay, the first number in a sorted array will always be the smallest number, so you can leave out that one and add up all the other numbers, and that will give you the largest sum. Okay, and similarly after sorting this, you can leave out the last number and that will give you the smallest sum. So this is an efficient approach, and the time complexity will be n log n compared to our current implementation n squared. But anyways, this is quite simpler and easier to understand, and frankly the compiler seems to be accepting it, so that's fine, I guess. So that is it for this question. Now we'll move on to the try it out section of this question, and the try it out for this question is, if we give an array of values like 8, 3, 4, 1 and 2, what will be the output that you are going to get? And please let us know in the answers in the comments, and if you have further questions in this particular question, let them know in the comments as well. And if you liked the video, please like the video, and for more videos like this, consider subscribing to Code.io. Thank you so much for watching. See you in the next video. Bye.